Myanmar's deposed State Counsellor and pro-democracy leader Aung San Suu Kyi was on April 27th found guilty of corruption and sentenced to 5 years in prison. In the latest series of a legal onslaught against the 76-year-old Nobel laureate, Suu Kyi was accused of accepting a bribe of $600,000 cash and gold bars. A Myanmar Junta court in the military-ruled Myanmar delivered the latest verdict in a series of secret trials. The 76-year-old has been under house arrest since February 2021 when a military coup ousted her elected government. Now, what does her conviction in a corruption case show? What does the decision to put her behind the bars show? All these show nothing but the desperation of the junta to silence her. For the military, which seems determined to destroy the Southeast Asian nation's popular democracy, Ms. Suu Kyi still remains the #1 enemy. Sadly enough, she has been under the house arrest ever since the February 2021 coup. The conviction in a kangaroo court was based on the testimony of the former Chief Minister of Yangon, who claimed that he had handed over to her $600,000 and gold in return for favors. Ridiculously, the prosecution has presented no evidence. She was convicted earlier on 5 other charges and sentenced to 6 years in jail. In the corruption case, the court has jailed her for 5 years. The junta has slapped more cases on her with the clear objective of keeping the 76-year-old leader in prison forever. Following the coup, it has arrested 10,300 political prisoners, including most of the elected lawmakers of Ms. Suu Kyi's National League for Democracy. The forces have also killed at least 1,798 civilians and threatened to annihilate all opponents. Myanmar's military is one of the most stubborn enemies of democracy and basic human freedoms. It has ruled for nearly 50 years with iron hands and using brute force. But even in the darkest moments of Myanmar's past, there was popular resistance. And over the past 3 decades, the name Aung San Suu Kyi has been synonymous with that resistance. Between 1989 and 2010, she spent 15 years under house arrest. The military, faced with international isolation, global pressure and growing domestic anger, finally agreed to release her and share power with civilians through a quasi-democratic arrangement. They barred her from becoming president and reserved key portfolios, including the defense ministry for the generals. Still, the 2015 and 2020 elections saw overwhelming public support for her party, and the country witnessed relative stability and growing economic opportunities. The only disturbance was the military crackdown on Rohingya Muslims. But the military was worried whether an increasingly popular and powerful Ms. Suu Kyi, after her second consecutive election, would outsmart it and reduce its privileges. It was this embarrassment that prompted the generals to stage another coup. They may have succeeded in their mission to destroy the democracy, but the coup also wreaked havoc on the country. The opposition has taken to the path of protest and rebellion, pushing the country to the brink of civil war. A nationwide strike has badly affected the country's economy. The political opponents of the coup have also formed an alternative unity government. So far, the military has managed to hold on to power through repressive measures. It is not a sustainable means, though. Even silencing Ms. Suu Kyi would not help the junta tighten its control over a divided, impoverished, discontented and rebellious country and its people. The saddest part is we have a number of human rights organizations at national and international level, but they all seem helpless and useless in the face of such mighty, brutal, autocratic and dictatorial rulers and regimes.